WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. A North Texas community is reeling after a gunman kills two members of a Texas church during Sunday morning worship services. CBS's Maria Viriel speaks with a member of that congregation who is now being called a hero for stopping the shooter.
Jack Wilson knew something was wrong the moment the gunman walked into the church.
He was wearing a wig and a fake beard and a toboggan on his head.
During the second half of the Sunday communion, he got up and had a brief interaction with one of the victims, Tony Wallace. Nearby was another member of the church's security team, Richard White.
Richard actually, got his gun out of the holster according to the videos that I've seen. And I think he got a shot off, but it, as he was being hit, but it, went into the wall.
And you took a pause because you were
I had people
analyzing.
in front. At that point, the shooter, I guess, caught out of the corner of his eye because he was walking down towards the front of the auditorium. He then kind of halfway turned towards me, and that's when I took the shot because I had a full frontal face.
Wilson, a firearms instructor and head of the church's volunteer security, fired one shot.
I took out some evil. And that's the way that's the way I'm processing it, is I took out someone that was evil and had evil intent.
The 43-year-old suspect, Keith Thomas Kinnunen, had been arrested multiple times since 2009, including weapons charges in Texas and New Jersey.
He could have shot more people.
Isabel Ariola was sitting with her family, including her 7-year-old daughter, feet away from the gunman.
Thank God that our church was proactive and did all that and put that in place, because it could have been worse.
We've been able to confirm through Oklahoma court documents the gunman had a history of violence and mental health issues. In fact, his ex-wife was granted a protective order back in 2012. We did reach out to the lead agency, the Texas Department of Public Safety. Right now, we wanted to get more information on the gunman and his history, but we have yet to hear back from them. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, White Settlement, Texas.
And here in Mississippi, state law also allows for armed security teams at churches in this state. Courtney Ann Jackson tells us how one pastor is reacting in the wake of this latest shooting.
Pastor Jesse Horton at Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church in Jackson is rethinking the security of this sacred space.
I've already talked to someone this morning about coming in to do some training with some other guys.
When Mississippi passed the Church Protection Act, Horton immediately organized a security team to be trained. The law gives those team members the ability to open fire in defense of the church without fear of prosecution. The main requirement to be a member of the team is to have an enhanced concealed weapon permit.
I want the congregation to know, and I want the guy to know, if he's coming to 1109 Cooper Road, we are ready for him.
Texas passed a similar law the year after Mississippi, but less than 4 months ago, they expanded who could carry in places of worship. The latest law there allows licensed gun holders to carry unless their religious leaders specifically prohibit the weapons. Back here in Mississippi, Horton doesn't want to take it that far. In fact, there are no guns allowed signs posted at every entrance.
I've encouraged them. If you have not gone through the training, we do not want you to have a weapon on you here on Sunday morning. Good intentions, but no training. And then they'll wind up shooting an innocent person.
Aside from expanding the security team, Horton is now considering another visible change.
My guys normally been wearing just, suits so no one could just really know that they was the ones. But I think now I'm going to uniforms.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
Here at home, area pastors are ensuring congregations that church is still a safe place to go. Jody Andrews is the senior pastor of Life Church in Columbus and says his church has a dedicated security team, some of whom have backgrounds in law enforcement. The pastor says members should not fear attending their regular church services.
Don't stay away from a place of worship because of these situations. Don't let your regular routine change. Things can happen anywhere at any time, whether you're at the mall, whether you're out to eat, whether you're in a church service somewhere. People are people, and you're going to have situations happen all the time.
Andrew says his church is praying for those affected in the shooting in Texas on Sunday, as well as Saturday's anti-Semitic attack in New York.
A calm, quiet, and cold night here in downtown Columbus on the Alpha Insurance Camera Network. I think that's a welcome change for a lot of people, though, after all those nasty storms we saw yesterday. It is just a little bit chilly out there, and it is going to continue to be fairly cold through the evening. I think with that lack of cloud cover overnight tonight, a lot of us will get down into the 30s, some of us perhaps close to that freezing mark. The good news is, as I mentioned, no rain expected. I think most of us will see plenty of starry skies overnight tonight. Another great day tomorrow for New Year's Eve, but rain is back in the forecast. I'll have all those details coming up in just a few minutes. Quentin.
Thanks so much, Trevor. Eddie Hawkins takes the oath of office, becoming Lowndes County's next sheriff. He was sworn in at the Lowndes County Courthouse this morning. Hawkins has more than 20 years of law enforcement experience. His career got started at the Columbus Police Department. He's leaving the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics to now become sheriff. He hopes his knowledge will help the agency. Hawkins says he's most excited about bringing new technology to the patrol cars.
One of my biggest goals is to work with the department and try to implement computers in the vehicles to advance the department forward.
Hawkins' official term begins on January 6th. Lowndes County's new Chancery Clerk also takes the oath of office today. Cindy Good defeated Columbus Councilman Joseph Mickens in the general election. She's worked 14 years in the Chancery Clerk's office under retiring clerk Lisa Younger Niece. Good says there are only minor changes that she wants to make in the office.
We have a great flow that Lisa set in place several years ago and her father, but we do have some things that we are going to not necessarily changes, but maybe upgrades, like with the computer system, maybe the debit and credit card use and some things like that. You know, times do change and we need to just begin to go with the flow.
Lisa Younger Niece served 4 terms as Chancery Clerk. And there is also a new face on the Lowndes County Board of Supervisors. Trip Harston was sworn in as the District 2 Supervisor this morning. He tells WCBI he wants to have a better coordination between the county and the city. Harston also wants to see workforce training to continue to grow at the community university. But in the meantime, he says he'll rely on the experience of his fellow supervisors.
They seem to be a good board that works well together, and I expect to fall right into that. Also, you know, I have a lot to learn from them. These guys, none of them have served any less than 1 term. So, you know, a lot of them are seasoned supervisors, so I expect to learn a lot from them.
Harston replaces Bill Brigham, who did not seek re-election. And switching gears, it is now time to turn our attention over to weather. And Trevor, who was nominated for our Furcast tonight?
Yeah, tonight on the Emerson Animal Hospital Furcast, it's Kane, and I think he's looking forward to 2020. Maybe not all those fireworks tomorrow, but definitely looking forward to this nice weather. I think he's wanting his owner to take him on a walk tomorrow with these temperatures getting up into the 50s under plenty of blue skies. But there is some rain in the forecast. I'll tell you how, if that will affect your New Year's plans coming up right after this.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
Well, it is much quieter tonight than it was last night, that's for sure. Here's a look outside from the Alpha Insurance Camera Network up in Tupelo. Very nice night. They're getting ready for a big New Year's Eve party tomorrow night down there at Fair Park in downtown. Temperatures already pretty chilly. We're 37 in Starkville, 41 in Columbus, and I think everybody tonight will be on their way down into those 30s. Now, I mentioned the severe weather yesterday. The National Weather Service has now released their final report from the tornadoes yesterday. 7 tornadoes officially confirmed. We've got one in Hinds County down near Jackson, one in Newton County pretty close to Meridian, and quite a few right here in our neck of the woods. We had one EF1 that started in Madison County and made its way into Attala County, and that same storm produced 2 more tornadoes in Attala County, both of those EF1s. And then as the storm continued, we had another EF1 near the Ware community of Choctaw County, and that storm then produced an EF0 tornado in the western portion of Oktibbeha County. So a very active weather day as we got close to the end of 2019. Luckily, though, no active weather is expected for the next couple of days as we make our way into 2020. Before we do that, though, let's take a look back. Our warmest temperature of the year, 99 degrees. That was set on October 3rd. Our lowest was 17 degrees in the middle of November. Notice, though, our rainfall for the year, 76.5 inches. Our normal for this time of year, or for the whole year, I should say, 55.5 inches, so well above average. And in Starkville, that actually set a record for the wettest year in recorded history. They picked up nearly 90 inches of rainfall. That average for them, 55 inches. So a very wet year. And of course, we started the year with all that flooding back in February. Overnight tonight, lows for just about everybody in the low to mid 30s. Some of us might sneak down there to that freezing point. I think most of us will stay just above it. And through the day tomorrow, pretty nice. Temperatures getting up into the 50s. Maybe grab a light jacket, but plenty of blue sky and sunshine, just like we saw today. And for those New Year's Eve festivities, definitely want to grab the jacket for those. We'll be down into the 30s. The good news is no rain expected, at least until we get past that New Year's Day mark. We're thinking we're going to have a system come up from the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to bring us some increased chances for some showers as we get through the day on Thursday. Thursday overall looking like a pretty wet day. The good news is that moves out of here pretty quickly, leaving us with just a few morning showers on Friday. Cooler for the first weekend of 2020, but dry with highs in the 40s on Saturday.
So no more rain for the rest of the year,
Not
Trevor.
for the rest of the year. I can guarantee you that one. Guaranteed forecast.
Yep. Thank you so much, Trevor. The MSU Bulldogs wrap up a season full of highs and lows. Our sports team is live in Nashville a little later in the show.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Quentin Smith.
Welcome back. During the fall and winter, many people in our area head for the woods in search of that perfect trophy or food for the freezer. But as you pack your gear, make sure you also take along your knowledge to make sure yours is a safe hunt. We'll get some timely tips tonight in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Joe Nettles, the Trauma Program Manager at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. This week we're going to discuss hunting safety. Did you know that the #1 cause of hunting-related injuries isn't the firearms themselves, it's falls from tree stands? Many falls happen when tree stands are poorly constructed or when old wooden stands come apart or become detached from the tree. Because of this, it's safest to avoid using homemade tree stands. If you do use a wooden stand, replace any broken or rotten lumber and inspect all bolts and fasteners, making sure they're secure and in good condition. You should place your tree stand only in healthy, mature trees with strong limbs. Remove any logs or stones from the base of the tree to reduce injury in case of a fall. When climbing into a tree stand, maintain 3 points of contact at all times. Remember to climb above the level of the platform and step down onto it. Wear non-slip boots and place a non-slip covering over the floor of the stand. Never put all of your weight onto a single limb or part of the tree stand, and never fall asleep in the tree stand. Most importantly, you should always use a full body safety harness when sitting, standing, or climbing into a tree stand. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will be discussing the importance of using a full body safety harness when tree stand hunting.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
Well, this time tomorrow, New Year's Eve celebrations will be in full swing. And tonight, Columbus police are reminding people in the city that fireworks should not be a part of that party. Fireworks are banned in most cities all throughout the area. And those bottle rockets, well, they could end up blowing up your wallet. Get this, the fine for lighting them up is over $250. But Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton says there are also serious safety concerns that comes with shooting fireworks.
We've had situations where they have exploded in people's hands, where they have caused accidents, where glass has shattered. People, instead of using them the right way, they have thrown them at people. And again, a lot of injuries to the body and to people's face, especially when you see people that want to put a bottle rocket in a Coke bottle and shoot it off, and then that firework backfire and that bottle explodes.
Based on the distance of the structures here in the city of Columbus, there is a chance that if you're not in an open area run by professionals, they're always over water or in a big giant field. Yes, you can catch a neighbor's house on fire, or the hedges, or maybe some miscellaneous trash piles around your property.
Chief Shelton says this law has been in place for more than 30 years.
Welcome to Nissan Stadium. Look here in all of its beautiful and wonderful glory. It is dark, it is cold. However, we're still recapping the whole Music City matchup for you when we come back. Stay with us.
Sports coverage of the Music City Bowl is brought to you by OCH Regional Hospital. and the Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome into Nissan Stadium. This was the home of the Music City Bowl between Louisville and Mississippi State just a few hours ago. Obviously not a whole lot going on right now, but man, did a whole lot go on in the matchup from this afternoon. MSU head coach Joe Moorhead said it best himself, saying that this game was a game of momentum. Again, the best way he could describe it. But better yet, let me show you the actual video than tell you how it went. In the first quarter against Mississippi State in Louisville, 9 to go, quarterback Mikhail Cunningham finds wide receiver Des Fitzpatrick. Willie Gay forces the fumble, but it's recovered by linebacker Tim Washington for Mississippi State. So the Bulldogs able to take over from there. And then following that next MSU drive, the Dogs collect. Quarterback Tommy Stevens on the 3-yard rushing touchdown. Mississippi State get into the end zone for a score. They go up 7-0 after the score in the second quarter. Early in the third, Stevens on the keeper. This time he gets an 11-yard pickup and picks up a first down while he's at it. The momentum still staying with the Bulldogs there. And just moments later, running back Nick Gibson finishing off the drive 3 yards into the end zone for the score. The Dogs up 14-0. But the second half is where everything changed for Mississippi State. And this play shifted that momentum. Cunningham throws to wide receiver Tutu Atwell, who connects with halfback Marshawn Ford. 33 yards for the double pass play. MSU leading 17-7. And right before, or actually, this one is in halftime. Excuse me. We're in halftime now, and out of the break, Stevens decides to keep it, coughs it up. It's recovered by defensive back Kane. Returns for the score, so in a blink, it's Louisville up 24-14. And then early in the fourth, it would be the dagger of this one. Cunningham to tight end, Marshall Ford gets into the end zone. It's 31-14, Louisville. Louisville ends up scoring 31 unanswered points. And Mississippi State, although they're able to tack on some window dressing for the Bulldogs, unable to come away with the win. Mississippi State falls to the Cardinals with a final of 38-28 in this one. Mississippi State falling to 6-7. Finishing out the season with that overall losing record. MSU head coach Joe Moorhead clearly upset, and all of the Bulldogs disappointed at the end of the season.
We think we were doing really well defensively. Had trouble moving it a little bit early in the third quarter, and that's kind of when they caught their fire and moved the ball and scored the points. And we came back a little bit too little, too late. But Cunningham, the running back, and certainly number one, is an excellent player. And we had a hard time, defended him. They did a nice job with the run game and some misdirection. I thought we got the ball running a little bit early, struggled a little bit in the second half, and got the pass game going. But certainly you don't want to be battling out of a hole against a team of this caliber.
I think this senior class has done an excellent job. Our leaders have did an excellent job just keeping guys together. We've been through up and downs. Guys being not being able to play in games, guys being able to just being hurt. I think we did an excellent job as seniors in upper class and just keeping guys prepared and keeping guys ready.
It's tough, man. It's tough because a lot of people on the outside don't really understand how much it takes. They don't understand how. And with that being said, it's difficult, but we love what we do, and it's just a lot of emotion. I'm gonna miss this team.
Mississippi State head coach Joe Moorhead may have made his second postseason appearance while as the head coach at Mississippi State. However, Moorhead also finishing out that second postseason appearance with his second postseason loss. Reporting in Nashville, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
Well, Quentin, I think we are going to have sunshine for the rest of the year. How about that for an accurate forecast? Can't really mess that up. One more day left. Pretty nice for New Year's Day as well, but rain chances are going to ramp back up as we get through Thursday. First weekend of 2020 looking pretty good. Definitely on the chilly side, though. Highs only in the 40s for Saturday.
So Mother Nature already trying to make her presence as we start the new year.
Hopefully 2020 is not as crazy as 2019 was, but Who knows? It's Mississippi.
And speaking of 2019, so some good weather for tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, looks
Party
great.
goers.
Chilly, though. Grab the jacket.
All right, thank you so much, Trevor. Have a good night, everyone.